Hello friends, and welcome once again to the channel. This is the Wellness Way, only on TWTV. My name is Dr. Raymond Brody. So in our previous video, we advised couple who intend to get married to comply or to compel to actually test for sickle cell disease or hemoglobin genotype, and we spoke about the importance of such tests. Today, let us focus our mind or the topic on sickle cell trait or sickle cell carriers. Now, who is a carrier or who is a trait? When we say a carrier or a trait, we refer to an individual or a person who has one copy of an abnormal gene or a mutated gene, if you will, and one copy of a normal gene. Right, and usually these people do not experience or express the disease or the symptoms of the disease, so they are seen otherwise as normal. Okay, so you might have a copy of an abnormal gene and do not actually experience or exhibit the symptoms, so you will say you are a carrier, but then you can transfer or you can carry on this abnormal gene to your children. And so if, for instance, both parents are carriers or a trait, it means that there is 50% chance that their children, or one in two of their children, would be sickle cell trait, and 25%, that is 1 in 4 of their child, would experience or exhibit the sickle cell disease itself. And also the good news is that 25% is likely, or of a child being likely to be normal, to be free from the disease. Okay, so this is how these trait stuff are inherited. Now, sickle cell trait, even though they do not exhibit much or more of the symptoms, there are certain factors or conditions that would trigger them, in some rare cases, to exhibit or experience or produce these symptoms. So, for instance, when they are exposed to high altitude, when they engage in rigorous exercises through the military processes or military recruitment processes, or when they engage themselves in active or vigorous sporting activities, in some situations where they are exposed to extreme cold weathers or extreme hot weathers, and also when they are in a place of low level of oxygen, and then severe dehydration. So these conditions can, in some cases, predispose or cause a sickle cell trait to experience or to give out the sickle cell disease. And some of these complications could be: one, they might experience hematuria. That means they would have blood in their urine. Two, they might also tend to experience splenic infarct. So the spleen, some part of the tissue of the spleen will be dead. So, and therefore we know the function of the spleen is to help in mopping off other unwanted stuffs in the blood and all that. So there will be splenomegaly, there will be splenic infarct. Okay, some other complications that will arise from sickle cell traits when they are exposed to these factors or conditions could be they might experience eye problems. So you will see them having bleeding in the eye. You might also see them having pressure built up in the eye, and also all these complications could arise if you are a sickle cell trait. Okay, so if you know your status, that means that you would be able to know how you'll be able to prevent yourself from getting, let's say, those crises, as we say. Okay, now the AS and SE, let me also say this one before I end this video, that we always say AS as carriers, as normal. Oh, I'm AS. But the truth or the trick here is that you could have people who are actually SE. So we thought that if you are AS, then majority of your bloodstream or your red blood cells have normal hemoglobin, whereas a few or a portion of them would have the abnormal hemoglobin, that's the sickle cell. Okay, but if you are SE, it means that you have just a little portion of your blood being normal, whereas the majority of the blood cell population being sickle cell. And so you can also do this with a special type of procedure called the HPLC that would quantify the amount of normal hemoglobin from the abnormal hemoglobin. Thanks so much for watching, and see you soon in the next video. We'll talk about the sickle cell disease itself, how they are inherited, the complications, and how we can treat them when necessary. Thanks very much and have a nice day.